Welcome. I'm going to talk about sacred sexuality and how you can turn your unsatisfactory consumption of sexuality can turn into a very beautiful and alive sexuality and intimacy and love experience. So I'm very pleased that you're here, and I hope that you get really some constructive information. I will really give you some content and also give you all, show you a way how you can move out of your unsatisfaction, let's say it this way. I guess you're looking for something else, otherwise you wouldn't watch this video. Anyway, to start with, I want to invite you only for 1 or 2 minutes to close your eyes and just feel. I mean, you can also leave your eyes open, but if you do so, observe. And if you have your eyes closed, feel. Feel how your feet are touching the floor. And how your clothes are touching your skin. On your legs first, and you go upwards more. Feel the texture of the clothing on your back. And then on the front side of your body. And notice your position, where you're at right now. Notice your spine, your neck, your head. How the hair is touching your head. And feel how you're breathing. How your breath is sinking into your body. And I just welcome all of you into this space. Your natural being. All of you. What you are right now. Everything included. Give yourself the permission to be fully present with your body throughout this minutes we will spend together. When you're ready, open your eyes. How did that feel to be connected with your body and your surroundings? I ask you to close your eyes again and imagine what would it be like if you had a completely fulfilled sexuality and you would be totally fulfilled from love and being able to completely go with the moment and the now, fully present. Just by listening to this question, feel into it. would it be like? What would be different? How would you feel about yourself? Take it in. Connect with this truth of yourself. If you can feel it, you can feel it. You only have to uncover it. Yeah, when you're ready, open your eyes. My name is Barblin Focke. I am love and intimacy coach, and I remember you to reconnect with source energy, with your own nature. And on that path, also to embrace your sexuality and find a way to live a fulfilled sexual life. And why? What is my why? I see so many people having really troubles in their relations and not being able to share a space of love. And I feel that there's a lot of trouble because of not being connected through the source. The right approach or way of living our sexuality can open yourself up to your own source and your own divinity and experience this with another person, with another human being. And I feel that this is like the most powerful way we can shine our love into this world. And maybe you can also experience deep healing through it. And or some people even talk about enlightenment by purifying yourself throughout this path. It's amazing, powerful. But many people do not know how to use their sexual energies for purification and for loving purposes. They are caught up in consuming it and consuming their sexual energy up and not keeping the energy for themselves. Yeah, you write here, listening, if you want to develop yourself further. And you write here, if you want to overcome sexual problems. And you also write here, if you want to experience a deeper intimacy, especially with yourself and then with someone else. And you write here, if you are looking for new ways to live your relation in a more fulfilling and more contributing way. And this work is especially designed for people who are in leading positions or decision makers in this world, or self-employed men especially. But if you're a woman and you're interested to it, you're so welcome to stay, and also approach me if you feel the call to do so. What is my why? I think that's a very interesting question. People ask me, why are you doing this? Why is this sex thing yours? And I keep on saying, that sexuality has been always a very, very fascinating subject for me. And I have been exploring it in the different tastes and flavors throughout my life. And I've seen that it has been an ever developing theme as on my way of self-development, and it has been unfolding in such a magnificent way that finally I understood what the potential of this sexual force means and how you can use it for your life, for owning your space, for claiming your source. And yeah, it's powerful. It's very powerful. And one year I decided that I wanted to decode the magic of sexual energy, and I signed up for a tantra course. I had a long time to find the proper tantra course for myself because I never liked the vibes from many tantra teachers. I looked at them and I never were convinced about them, that they could teach me what I was craving for or what I was searching for. Anyway, I went to this one school and I learned one secret. I learned many secrets there, but I learned one super important thing, and that is the decision of, do I have an orgasm or do I hold it? This decision is extremely powerful and extremely deep because it tells so much about how you go through life, and if you are a contribution to life or if you are governed by your ego and you want to consume. So just by saying that, it's crazy. I think this little detail could solve a whole humanity's problem. Yeah, it sounds a bit wild, I know. And now you ask yourself probably, oh my God, is she asking me not to come anymore? This is so boring. Yes, I will ask you this because it's so worth it. But what you don't know yet is that after deciding not to come in the regular way, for a man it's like having an ejaculation while orgasming, and a woman like having an orgasm where the vagina contracts. And the stimulation for the woman is through the clitoris. So this is like the difference. I mean, there's many other ways of being able to have ecstatic feelings and to feel and have orgasms in the body, but not only in those points. You can, I mean, there's a whole universe opening up if you manage to lift your energies upwards. And it's linked to a different worldview, actually. How are you going through life? And yeah, I learned this little thing. I heard that many times before, but I always thought, oh no, I have to control myself even more. This is so boring. I've been really doing a lot of practices, and I was really sticking to yogic practices for many years. So I was used to be very strict and very disciplined, and I felt like, oh, in the bedroom, I don't want to have more discipline. This is really last place I want to be disciplined. But then I found out that you can work with the body in certain ways and deblock your body in certain ways, that it's easy actually not having to come and then having all kinds of new experiences. And it's also possible for men. It's a little bit more complicated for men, but it's so worth it. Yeah, so this was a little bit my when did I really understand this sexual force. And after this learning, for me, I had such a world opening up for me. Such an orgasmic potential came through me, and I experienced myself in so many different ways that I experienced connection in such a different way, because it was not about getting something, it was more about being there with the other person in connection and allowing it, and I call it it. And I'm making this movement because it's something, it's like a third party playing in bed. And this is kind of the source connections taking over and doing their thing. And it's not you giving your girlfriend pleasure. No, it's you in connection with the other, in a deep connection. And it's not about orgasms anymore. It's about being deeply intimate with someone else. And when I found out that if you are getting used to this way of lovemaking, you're not addicted to it anymore. You're not having these cravings, and you're not addicted to that person anymore, and you're not wanting to have constantly more. It's because it's so fulfilling. It's beautiful if you take time for it to do love every day, or to make love every day, and get connected together every day, if you have time for that and room for that. But it's not out of a need, it's more out of a wanting of connecting and creating more love than using the other for pleasure. Yeah, so for me, a whole new world opened, and I understood that if we cultivate this in ourselves, a man and a woman, or a woman and a woman, or a man and a man, or just two beings who want to be intimate with each other sexually, can bring heaven on earth and create amazing love waves. Yeah. So I want to give you more insights here, so you can understand where you are in your development, and you can also understand that there's possibilities that you can change things. And yeah, and I will talk about why the source connection is really the most basic claiming and putting yourself in the first place. It's most important to experience deeply satisfactory sexuality. And then I will also talk about why it is really helpful to cleanse the past. And I will talk about ways that it's kind of easy to cleanse the past. Many people are fearing this, and then they think, oh, now I have to look at this, and I need to feel this old pain again, and I rather don't want to feel, and just want to close the door. But I will talk about why it's worth it to have a look there and getting free. And then I will give you a couple of reasons also why it is worth to allow yourself to feel again, and what benefits it has for your life and for your intimate life as well. And also to develop your potential, actually. Really getting so deeply in contact with your nature that you can use it as your inner guide. Yeah, more on that later. Yeah, I really want you to see a couple of ways that it's worth to move out of your not satisfactory patterns. And I will cover a couple of things here. It's like a whole universe. You can have a look at, because it's like self-development. It's like there's so many places you can move your focus to, but I will pick out these 3 things. It's like source connection, it's clearing the past, and why it's worth it to feel. So why is this source connection important? Saying yes to your own nature will reconnect you to your power and will get you in sync with your higher vibration within yourself. And by connecting to your source energy and putting yourself in the first place, you will move out of different structures of being dependent on others, to being dependent on your partner, or being dependent on your boss, all kind of dependency structures. And you will also be energetically more independent. It's more like you start to be your own source of energy, and you will be like a giving force. You will be very magnetic and attractive to women, and you will find your own way of giving and taking, and have a easier flow with that. And you will be clear about what you need and what you don't need by really condensing to the most important things in your life. And you will get a lot lighter, and you will be ready to let go of everything you don't need, and you see, oh, I don't need this anymore. This is not a contribution to having a more open and free relation to myself. These are a couple of reasons why it is so beautiful to claim your source energy, to be just free and fill yourself with love. And you will create a room for a really like an adult relation to a partner, and you will say no to the kindergarten. And I guess you know what I mean, that you're looking for a mommy and or someone to protect you, or a daddy to protect you, or from this energy you will be able to hold yourself as your own parents. And from there it is much easier to have a adult relationship. And why is it important to cleanse your past? I don't know if you've noticed. I had this friend, and she was 17, and she had this boyfriend, and she started going out with him, and then 2 months later the guy moved out of the relation, and she was devastated. She was super sad. She didn't know why. Devastated. Then she regained her energies, and a little bit later she met another guy, and what happened? Exactly same story again. And I've known her for a while, and she repeated this story quite often. What does that mean? It means that you are caught up in the loop of the past. You are constructing something in yourself, that you are creating your surroundings in this loop mechanism, and that you are brought to the same situation over and over again, that you learn how to overcome it. So this is an invitation to jump out of the loop. And every story you're releasing from your system, every pain from the past, will open up your vessel for more love flow, which is the essence of your being, pure love. And whenever you're peeling away a layer of non-love, of pain and frustration and fear, you're opening up your vessel for pure life force and for love. So actually you are opening up your system for really love, what really loving means. And another reason why it's amazing to clear the past is because you stop using your head so much. And you start to be much, much, much more present with yourself, with everything around you, and especially with your partner. Ask a woman what she wants from a man. Every conscious woman will tell you, I want a present man. Just with this, a woman can feel very safe and let go and dive into this space with you. So work on presence. And this happens by releasing the past. It helps so much to be more present. And another benefit it has, it's because it's that it brings you more into a flow in your life, and it connects you more into your intuitive being, so you can flow. And also in the bedroom you can follow your happy flow with the other person and not think, and just be there and allow life take over. It's such a beautiful experience. And then the fifth benefit is also that you moving out of the need to control, and because the controlling always comes out of a fear of not knowing, and by controlling you want to have things in a certain way. But if you release this, you can allow the being to take over in your life. And I hear that over and over from my clients. They say, I want to come out of the having to do, and I want to move into the being, into the flow state. And these are really essentials for having a great sexuality, actually. Maybe you think, oh my God, she's talking about all these things. This sounds like a whole lot of work, and I have done so many things, and I've cleared already many things, and now I have to have a look at this again. Yes, it's worth it. And we are here at the edge of something new, something I don't know and you don't know, but especially like the way we are relating to each other is something we don't know really what it means yet. I get a sense of it. I have like some kind of a sense. I receive that sometimes in dreams, and where I feel that my whole being is completely open. All my chakras are dancing with a partner, and I my whole potential is fully being activated through this connection. And I get a glimpse of it, but actually we don't know how this works, how we work, this will be in this freedom and in this love and in this truth with each other. But you hear me, it's love, it's truth, and it's freedom. These are three things we have to, or I feel that are absolutely necessary for creating something really new and something revolutionary and something out of what we've been creating until now together. Yeah. And by clearing, you will create more flow, more being in the present moment, and you will also invite more creativity into your life, more ecstasy, life force coming through you, and also accessing amazing rooms in your bedroom. And with rooms, I mean universes. For me, it's like opening universes over and over again, and really getting to know new universes. In the moment where I change, I open a new universe. Yeah. So get clear for an amazing future. And maybe you think it's heavy and it's work. Yes, think that. But I want to invite a little bit of lightness into this, and possibilities, that transformation and transmutation, which brings the energy from the lower centers up into the body. I want to invite that in a quick way, in a very efficient way. And the more we connect with our pure source energy, the easier the transformation will be. So if you connect to your source, that will be key for all the other procedures there. Yeah, but important is that you take a decision. A decision to be free and to be living in truth, and that you say yes to love. And just saying that, I feel the expansion in my heart. Makes me happy just to say it. Brings even nearly tears to my eyes. I'm so passionate about it. Yeah, and then the next level is the level of feeling. I was talking about feeling before. I want to give you an understanding why it's worth it to give yourself permission to feel. And I will talk about some benefits about it. For yourself in general, how you perceive life, but for your relationships and for the development of your intuition. I've been talking about that before, but especially here, the level of sensation is super, super key for this process. Allow yourself to feel. If you don't, you're not allowing life force to come through you, actually. So the problem is that you cut off from yourself and from parts of what you could feel and be living. And you cut off yourself from being touchable and being vulnerable, actually. But it's so known in our society. I don't know, I come from Germany. There are little boys always hear an Indian doesn't know any pain. Or you're a boy, don't cry. I don't know if you know these things. But this is really not a solution. This is a way where we cut off our little boys from feeling, from allowing themselves to feel life and everything what's there. So the answer is yes, allow yourself to sensitize. Why? Because you can be really in the moment and in touch with everything. You can really feel and you're really now in the connection with things now. You are present. You will teach your body to feel more, and you will become more fine in your ways of perception, and you will discover your body in a whole new way. And you will also close the gap between someone yelling at you and saying you're an asshole, and you are feeling the anger, owning the anger and saying, hey, listen, stop. You are passing my boundary. I don't know if you know this situation that you are in a situation and something happens and you feel, oh, this is a kind of discomfort here, but you're not able to know what is happening in you. You don't know how do you want to react. You don't know if someone entered your space or if someone went over your boundaries. So by sensitizing more, you get a feeling of your boundaries in a much clearer way. And you can set boundaries in a healthy way. Very easy and with no time lap in between. So in the moment where it's happening, you can react. Doesn't mean that you have to react by affection or like by affect. But that you, in the best way is you feel it. Not someone is triggering you, you can feel it, you can own the feeling, and then you can set your boundary. In that way, in that moment where it happens. So you're direct, you're in the moment, and you're not carrying around this whole situation for days and days until you get solution for it. Because then you come back to this person and you talk about it. Things getting complicated and it binds energy. So you're like totally free when you can react immediately to situations. Yes. It will train your intuition. You will listen to your body more clearly, more directly, and you will feel it. Is your body expanding or is it closing? Is this a good decision or is that a bad decision? What does my body instrument tell me about it? So you can really get into this source. And you will learn to be more and do less. And you will also find out that it's not necessary to judge any feeling into good and bad feelings. There are only unfelt feelings which block your system. Yeah, but you will find that out by yourself. There are ways how you can learn to sensitize more and to feel more. I will show you some techniques. It's all about embodiment. It's about being in your body, being present in your body. And it's about getting finer and finer every day. All kinds of exercises which work with presence are good for that, like yoga and tai chi and golfing or whatever. If you're like doing high-level sports, you will know about it. How important it is to be fully embodied. Yeah. Whatever you do, you can have an embodied experience. Eating, brushing your teeth in the morning, washing the plates, whatever. Doesn't matter. Or making love. So I will resume. Yeah, you get it. I will make a little wrap up. To be more alive and to be more ecstatic and to allow yourself to be more in the being, in your sexuality and in the way you move through your life. And also with your intimate partners. I wrap up like this. Claim your source connection. Put yourself in the first place. Number 1, clean your past and get rid of old patterns which no longer serve you, and allow yourself to feel and practice feeling. So you can experience the whole of your being. This way you will find that there is an amazing healing room opening up also through your sexual experiences. And the healing energies about sacred sexuality is not the subject of this video this time, but next time I will make a video for that. And yeah, imagine how it would be to be with your partner in like a totally timeless room where you can have a pure connection with the other, where you can really have and see the other, receive the other, be there and connect. And where you can really feel the pulsing of all of your cells because you're so nurtured from the exchange, and where you allow yourself to flow with the other person. Yeah, so this is my deepest wish for you, that you can experience this, and so you can experience more love in general and find your way to be a pure vessel of love, and where you can experience your, I call it divinity, through your sexuality, which is such a blessing. If we get to that point, it's really heaven on earth. And I imagine how this world could change by many people who would love like this. I think this world would be so much more compassionate, and everyone who would practice this kind of lovemaking and presence with each other, it's like something new. It's like a whole cosmos, loving cosmos, a space for love. Yeah, if you want to explore this simplicity and natural state of our being, and you want to make steps towards this, then don't hesitate in contacting me. I offer you a free session, 30 minutes free session, where we explore your situation and where we have a look onto your situation and what you need to take your next steps, and what kind of blockages are in the way, so you can see it and realize it, and then make proper decisions about your next steps. So if this is something your heart is calling for, your whole being as a man, a person in a man's body, connecting deeper with your being a man, then go to my website. It's www.barblinfocke.com and sign up for this session. But in advance, I want to know a couple of things from you. You just have to fill this out and send me the form, and as soon as I receive the form, I will come back to you, and then you can sign up for the actual 30 minutes talk with me. I have 5 places a month, so if you really feel the calling, just don't hesitate, just connect with me and sign up for it, and we find a way to work together. I send you much love. Thank you for listening, and yeah, thank you for your time, to looking into these subjects, and thank you for your interest in growing. Bye.